Good evening. My name is Lee Miller, and tonight we continue our 9-part series called What's the T at RCC? During this series, we will continue to explore reasons why RCC is a great choice for students, how to apply, how to pay for college. We'll look at resources that RCC provides to the success of our students, as well as explore career opportunities right here in Randolph County. Tonight, I'm joined by Chad Williams, Vice President of Student Services, and we're going to look at what makes RCC affordable and why students should consider coming to Randolph Community College. Mr. Williams, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, can you tell us what it means to be the Vice President of Student Services at RCC?
Sure. Well, I started my career roughly 18 years ago. I was in the Financial Aid and Veterans Affairs Office, and through that experience and then later working with students in our counseling area, I just developed a stronger passion to serve students in a larger capacity. And so when this position came along to serve students in a bigger capacity of not only helping with financial aid and counseling, but also admissions all the way through graduation, it has just really been a phenomenal experience. Whether students are going through some kind of financial challenge or just needing a support resource, it's just a blessing.
That's great. And that actually kind of makes me think of a little follow-up question. And this might be a hard one to answer, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. What do you enjoy most about your role?
Working with students each day. It's during this pandemic, we've not had as many students on campus, so it's been an interesting time working with them through emails and working with them virtually through different platforms. But to see our students continuing to succeed and to reach graduation, to see the activity our SGA has gotten involved with, it's just been a great experience each day.
You know, you mentioned students not being on campus, and you know, when students are on campus, it's so much easier to kind of keep that focus on why we do what we do.
Right.
So I know it certainly has been a challenge not having them on campus for sure. From your perspective, what makes RCC such a great and affordable option for students?
Well, education and higher education specifically can be a very expensive challenge to go through and navigate. But the community college system in North Carolina, and especially RCC, the way we keep our costs down for our students, is unquestionably a great option. When you look at the cost of going to a university, and I'm a product of the university, so it's nothing against that, but you know, we're talking about a third of the cost. And so financially, it's a great investment. But also for those students who want to stay close to home, you're saving on housing, transportation, food. There's a lot of savings there as well. So it's, without a question, a good financial option. But we've also got smaller class sizes. Our students are often better prepared when they decide to go off into the career of their choice, or if they decide to transfer to a university. We've seen the data that shows that they are very prepared and often more prepared than other students. The other thing is that a lot of our students attend part-time. Roughly 2/3 of our students are part-time, and those students are also working. So it not only is an affordable option, it's closer to home, but it gives them the option of being able to work and go to school and not graduate with debt.
That's great. That's really great. And my next question is going to touch a little bit kind of on what we talked about earlier, students not being on campus as a result of COVID, but you know, colleges and universities have had to change how they offer courses as a result of the global pandemic, COVID-19. So given the uncertainty of what the fall semester may look like at so many different places, what stability can RCC provide for students and parents?
Yeah, so again, the low-cost investment makes it not as much of a risk as going off somewhere and accumulating a lot of expenses, not knowing what the fall is going to look like. So making those financial decisions, I know, are at the forefront of a lot of people's minds right now. So the low cost is certainly a good thing to consider and a good return on investment at this point. It's also, again, because we're a smaller campus, it's a safe environment, and we have a lot of resources that we can support students. Whether it's technology needs, we have a very vibrant RCC Foundation that can help with emergency assistance whenever there's an unforeseen situation that's come up. If there's food needs, maybe they need something from the food pantry. We have those resources as well. So there's support resources in addition to the low cost, which makes it a good option. But first, the one thing I would really emphasize to students and their families, every decision we make here, students are at the center of that. The students are our priority. We live in this community, we work in this community, we are a community college. So everything we do is going to be to make sure that students have a good experience. So if you're weighing a decision about what to do this fall, there's very low risk in coming to RCC because students are why we do what we do.
Awesome. Well, last question. So we've certainly covered the affordability part of coming to Randolph Community College. But if you were talking to a high school senior right now, sitting right in front of you, what would you say to them about attending RCC?
Well, as a parent myself, I've had this conversation many times, and I wish I had known then what I know now. It's one of those things where you want to go into that college experience and you don't really sometimes know what your passion is. You know you want to major in something, but you may not know exactly what that is. And this is a great place to make that decision. We have great people, faculty and staff who are here to help you learn what that passion is and match that up with the career choice that you're interested in. And whether that leads to transferring to a university or that's going directly into a career field, matching that passion with that career choice is one thing that I would really like to make sure students know and their families, but also weigh those cost options of going to different places for higher education. It's one thing to look at the tuition and fees and the books and supplies, but look at those other variables, whether it's housing or transportation or food. Look at the total picture of those expenses and see what that return on investment is. And like I mentioned earlier, our students perform very well once they transfer or they enter into the career field. So look at that preparation, look at the cost, look at the certainty of how much the students know and their families. This is the direction you want to go, and put all those pieces together to make that decision. You'll never regret your decision of coming to RCC. You just will not regret it, I can assure you. And if there's anything that you have questions about, all you have to do is come by and let us know. We've got a team of people that are ready to help.
Absolutely, and a great team too.
Absolutely.
Mr. Williams, thank you so much for being here this evening. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you very much for being here as well. If you found this video helpful, if you will, please subscribe to the channel, leave us a like, and also please make sure that you join us next time, Tuesday, March the 2nd, as we will be joined by Elaine Seal to discuss My RCC, career surveys, and career opportunities right here in Randolph County. Have a great night.